there.
Okay.
I think there we are. Hi.
Now? Okay. Hi.
It's just the sound, the audio.
For me, it's unmuted. So.
Technical side, how are we doing with the sound? We good? It's all good. Apparently it's all good. I can't hear you on my side, but that's fine. I think you're fine. So listen, just continue how you are.
Okay, so unfortunately I cannot show then the presentation. So I will try to do it the presentation, and then maybe I can follow later also with the presentation. So I think I was around the office yoga that we also start, listening to the others, and we said, okay, let's go also and try the office yoga in our company. And what happened, we organized very fast. Friday already at 5, we have a yoga instructor. Maybe 5-10 people came. Next week, 4 week after 3, and at the end, not to show that we are failing, we have been sending people from people and culture, please go and do yoga because we don't want to leave instructor alone. And then we also heard that it's very popular to go outside, and the lots of company has a run club. And we did not manage with yoga. We said, okay, again, Wednesday 5, let's have a trainer and let's have a run team. But again, what happened is that while it was sunny and summer, we had few people running. Then autumn came, and then the rains. And again, there was a trainer alone waiting for people to come. And what we did, we send our people from PNC, go and run, because we don't want to show that we are failing. And then we realized, okay, we are so tired from running just for not admitting that we are failing. So we needed to make a pause and hold on, and just take a little bit of looking what really is happening. And actually the first lesson learned is, and the first failure was, that our employees who were leaving the company never told us that they're leaving because of the benefits or for the different food. They told us we are leaving because we want to learn something new. We can be offered to do a different job. And yes, the market, everyone wants to, we are maybe in the same sea, but we can drive our boats differently, adapting speed and manner of driving depending of our engine and our crew. And what else was then very clear, and what we actually failed second, is that we cannot copy paste what others are doing. We are the bank, the financial institution, and we should be the best for our clients and for our employees. What else we learned from this, and we learned this from others, is that they confirmed that we have amazing people, but they were just much more brave than us and took the risk and offered to people to do the jobs that were not 100% their expertise. So 2 things learned. We cannot live out of, the market in a bubble, and we have to be ready for the future. We have to be sure what are our capacities, what are our skills, and we have to be ready for the future. The second, we have to listen to our people, and they earn to have different opportunities within our company, and also to learn new skills for the future. And all of this analysis actually brought us to, one important learning, and it's we have to strategically think of the future workforce of our organization. And this is when we start thinking of doing strategic workforce planning. And this is when we found out that what brought us here won't take us there. So we start reading, everything about strategic workforce planning, and there's a lot to read. And a few of us also got some certificates. And this process really helped us to get, the overview how strategic workforce planning should be done. Then, of course, each company has something also of a heritage, and how is best to understand where the company is and where they should move. So we chose our way. So we start first of doing the demographic analysis. And it's very important part of the strategic workforce planning. Why? Because you go and look at the demographics of the country. So, for example, very important, which I never investigated before, is how in years are changing enrollment of the students of the different universities. Then what is the average time for finishing study on this university? Sometimes it's 4, sometimes it's 7 years. So you know exactly, if you're making 5 years plan, when, if you want to work with new generation without experience, when you will have exactly these profiles finishing. Then of course you analyze mortality, natality, and other demographic, but really there are a few that are very, very important as a starting point. Then you move to look at the demographics of your own company, and you think you know everything until you deep dive. So we knew that average age is 42 in our bank, but on the other side, it was very important for us that we know that we have 20 more years to spend here. And as with the mortality rate in Serbia, actually this will be our working force. So yes, we have a young generation, we have to focus on them, but the population that we have today is in 5 and 10 years will actually be majority of our working people. And the second, what we realized that we have, for example, we knew that we were employing people with different education, but when you put on paper how many people you have there, political analysts or finishing biology or mathematicians or engineers not doing the engineer job, you just confirm how big was learning agility of your people, because they already proved this in their life. So after doing demographic analysis, we move to the second phase. It's identifying future needs. We decided to go in 2 streams. One is talking to the senior management, and the second is organizing the divisional workshops. More or less, what is good that the outcome was very close. Of course, when you talk to your division on divisional level, we first, of course, shared with them demographics. We talked about turnover, reasons of turnover, and also the plans for the future. But what is the first thing that you should define is what are the emerging jobs of the future, and unfortunately, what are declining jobs. Mapping emerging job, it's much more easier than really mapping declining jobs, because you are then confirming that you will have a few people that will stay out of the job. But actually, with strategic workforce planning, you're giving them a chance that the next 5 years they have a chance to really upskill and learn something differently. So when we mapped emerging and declining jobs, we then was very easy for each of these jobs, very easy for people to map the skills. So crucial is the last phase, which means monitoring. What you mapped, of course, the conditions are changing, so you have to constantly, at least 2 times a year, come back to make sure that what you mapped is correct. So we came out with 46 skills needed. I'm sorry that you don't see now the slides, but we put the skills in new age skills, technical skills, core skills, soft skills, and what also appeared that there was a lot of things which was more around the mindset, so that we also needed at the end to put the mindset for the future. Then, of course, when you map the skills, you need to find the approaches, how actually you will come to ensure that you are developing these skills. So we had internal approach and external. In internal SaaS, we will do reskilling, or through external training, certification programs, upskilling through, reskilling, broader view rotations, then upskilling, external trainings, expertise, certifications, licenses. Then, of course, internal coverage, moving skills where you have or person with a skill to totally different job because you want to bring there the skills. And then externally, of course, you have borrowing when you don't have a knowledge inside. So we borrow the consultant, but make sure that there is a learning while working with consultant. Then also what we got is exactly for hirings, which positions we want to hire externally, because we wanted to hire externally only the ones that we were not able to develop within the organization. And the last is partnership with university, to go back to the beginning of the story, where we still need to attract youngsters. Okay, so as I lost some time with technical things, I would move forward to give you a concrete example. So after having very clear what are your skills and what are the models that you will use to get to these skills, then you get really a map of things and the clear guidelines where you need to invest. So you create a leadership programs, creating, building tomorrow leaders today, because you know exactly what mindset and leadership skills you need to have. You know exactly for which certificates you need to go with your people. You know exactly that you need what you need to offer to individuals, but also to the whole organization, like digital pills, or we offer to anyone who wants to learn about SQL, to learn about for example, Python. So really for people to offer to learn whatever is of their interest. And to go more practically, one of the initiatives that I believe is interesting to be presented, because it's easily applicable in any other organization, is the project that we call Project Management Rising Star. Why? Because when we did the interviews, it's almost in every structure we got a feedback that everybody needs project management skills, not the project managers as a role, but the skills, because more or less whatever we do today is through some small or bigger project stream. And the second was that we had a very huge gap between understanding on one side the business and the quality of business, let's say, requests that they are writing, and business analyst, and then IT. And the third is that the turnover rate in project management was like 30%. And when one senior goes, the request of the head is, give me another senior in 3 days. And we were really failing in this. So we decided not to ask managers to nominate the people for the program, but we sent to the whole organization, if you would like to learn something about project management, apply. And actually, we were surprised of very high interest of the people to learn about project management. We actually did a program of 3 months, which is a blended learning approach. We have some mentorship between the senior project managers that we call the Sun, and the project managers from business, actually the ones that want to learn, but we call the project management stars. And on the top of of course, shadowing and mentoring, they also had online trainings on technical trainings on the project management, and at the end of the program, also the certification. So the cost of investment very low, and satisfactions coming from different sides. First of all, the project manager stars gain and add one more skill. Then on the other side, the managers of this people who are now coming back with new skill in their team, they knew that they're gaining value, because now they know exactly whom to nominate and who knows the process of the project management. We also managed somehow to improve the cooperations between the business and project managers, because working together, they understand each other much better. And then at the end, which was not our only goal, you have a pipeline of 10, 20, 30 people for as a, maybe also for the role of the project manager. And actually it really happened that when the first senior left the team, the head of project management did not say, now find me the same seniority from the market, but they said, okay, I want to have somebody from the program. And actually time to hire 0, and investment was just the investment of the program. So I wanted to share with you really simple things that we can do, and assure that in 2025, if we need to employ 5, 10, 20 project managers, we already have 20 ready and waiting for the opportunity. So just to close, and as I also need to be shorter, is dare to go into deep waters, understand your organizational challenges, and you need to hear what people are really telling you. So thank you, and if any questions, I'm here to answer.
Ivana, hi, thank you so much. Listen, we haven't got any questions coming through right now, which is absolutely fine. But thank you so much for your perspectives. Again, everybody listening, you're curious, you'd like to know more, you'd like to link up with Ivana. I'm sure you can do that certainly over LinkedIn. But in the meantime, Ivana, thank you so much, and look forward to seeing you again, hopefully HR Week.